That's motherfucking computer. All right, so tell of the take. There we go. Tell of the take. Lights, camera, action. Listen. What we saw yesterday with Izzy and Pereira was nothing short of fucking magic. It really was a fucking magical fight. Fucking brilliant in all levels and the tacticianness, everything about it. It was pretty great. But here's the real tale of the story. And see, this is what Izzy was suffering with, and this is what power does to a fucking fight. This is why fighting is unlike any other fucking physical activity that when you're watching. See, in a fight, Izzy was winning that fight. Izzy was the better technician. Izzy was landing more. He was landing cleaner. But power is the great equalizer, man. No matter what you fucking do, man. Whoever got those fucking hands of stone will wreck your shit. Like, it's just that's how the game goes. It's just how the game is played. Excuse me. So anyway, what I was observing was Izzy was better. And Izzy was landing cleaner shots. He was technically moving better. But everything that Pereira threw had fucking danger to it. And then eventually got to the point where Pereira was actually the stalker. Like if you look at it from a primal level, because I always look at fights like this. One guy is the predator, and the other guy is the prey. And it transfers and it flows back and forth depending upon how the fight's going. And 99% of the time, Izzy looked like prey. And it's just an honest assessment. There's nothing bad or good about it because sometimes prey gets away. Prey's able to do his thing. And Izzy was doing his shit. He was actually beating Pereira for most of the time. He was trying to grapple. And here's the other thing. I think that kind of fucked with Izzy a little bit. See, he tried to grapple, and it was a smart move to tire him out, try to hold on to him to keep him from fucking being able to unleash on him. But the issue with grappling, especially if you're not like an actual grappler, and if you are a grappler, is the toll of the output of energy it takes to hold a man down. It's fucking brutal. It is fucking brutal because you are holding down another animal. So think about like you had to try to hold your dog down as opposed to just hit your dog. Way more energy expenditure, way tired. And for a non-grappler, he did a pretty good job, honestly. Like I was pretty impressed by Izzy's even making that attempt. And it comes back to the idea like Izzy only has like he didn't have a backup plan. There was never Izzy never had a backup plan in his own MMA career. It was his backup. His A, B, C, and D plan was fucking striking. All his game plan stems from striking. So now he's placing somebody who's just as good as him in striking. Well, not just as good as him, but the power of him does so much damage. Everything he throws is fucking. It's just is monsters. So now Izzy's like, shit. I gotta go to plans like Z. Let me see how long I can just try to wrestle this guy. And he did a pretty decent job. And that's why I'm thinking now, Hazmat might be our new champion, bro. Because like, say what you want to say, Izzy has now put himself in a very funny position because he cleared the whole fucking middleweight division out. Like Pierre, he was right. Pierre, I did you a fucking solid, you asshole. If I didn't want to fight you, I could have just fucking steered away from this shit. But I did all the heavy lifting. You didn't have to go through Whitaker. You didn't have to go to Cannonier. You didn't have to go to Luke Rockhold. You didn't have to go through Paulo. You didn't have to go to Yo Romero. You didn't have to go to Silva. You didn't have to go through any of these fucking guys. Get them got some. I cleared out all the fucking division on my way to the top. And I doubled back and did some more work. So yeah, motherfucker, yeah, it's an easy pipeline for you. So you should be thankful, which in reality, that is actually the facts. He is speaking truth. But now it's like Izzy's like looking now, it's like, who do I fight now? He's like, unless I get a rematch, Pierre, like, who's worth my fucking time? I beat Whitaker twice. Whitaker's about to fight Paulo. If Whitaker beats Romero, if Izzy, not Izzy, but if Whitaker beats Powell, then it's like, is he gonna fight him? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Strickland's fighting Cannonier. Strickland already got snarch by Pierre. Izzy already fucking ran tables on Cannonier. If Strickland loses the Cannonier, then it's like, what? Is he gonna fight a lesser version? Like, I guess they have some beef, if you want to call it. Not even that. And then who else is left down there? Like the only guy really just hanging around is Hazmat. Hazmat Chimaev. This is your time, nigga. Make that middleweight push. Fuck that fuck that welterweight belt. Cause that's just gonna be title some fuckery. This is your chance to go make a move for the middleweight title. Because people are looking like this Hazmat guy, he can wrestle and he's pretty young and he's in shape. We might got ourselves a situation. And he's just as big, I guess. But Pereira is a big fucking dude. That's really a fucking light heavyweight, to be honest with you. Because this motherfucker's walking around 250. 250? Are you fucking serious? That's huge. He's got 50 pounds. 50 pounds to get to 185. And that's why wrestling will fuck this guy. If there's a real wrestler that can come in, you don't have to be that good at striking. If a real wrestler can get to this guy, hold him down, and just beat him up. Because I saw Izzy was doing some pretty decent ground and pound, and he couldn't do anything about it. Pereira was lost in the woods. He was lost in the woods when the ground and pound situation. Izzy's not even a fucking ground and pound fighter. So I'm looking at shit like, dude, don't let a wrestler get a hold of Pereira because it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap. But anyway, good fight. And Izzy did what he could do, man. The only thing I would have suggested is try to wrap him up and try to lay and pray for the last round. He tried to a little bit, but Pereira was stalking. And Izzy, you can't just go out there and try to touch the guy. Like, he was doing that, but he was just throwing, man. Just anything. He's like, I don't care about getting fucking starched. I've been hit with his best shots, didn't drop me. That's the other thing. Izzy couldn't throw too much power because he did not want to be in a position where he was going to get he did not want to be in a position where if he threw too much power, like it was going to what's the word? Back to tab. What are you fucking talking about? Yeah. He didn't want to throw too much power on his shots because if he threw too much power, it puts him in position to get counter. And this guy's just a good enough kickboxing that he can get countered pretty easily, and he has enough power to starch him just with touching him. And we saw what happened. Like he tried to pretty much got the way, got caught in his back. And then also, as he said, like his foot nerve or something like that was down, so his footwork wasn't as good, so he ended up on the fence, it did make sense. That's one of the things I would notice as I was watching the fight was, yeah, I'm like, dude, he's awfully getting put back to the fence, and that's not too often. Like usually he's pretty good at like circling his ring generalship. He's pretty good at that, make sure that he stays inside the circle of the ring. But I noticed that, like, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, hats off to Pereira. Great fucking fight. It's interesting to see where Izzy goes from now because unless he can get a rematch, I don't know who the fuck he's fighting. There really is nobody. I guess he's just fighting for checks. But yeah, top of the house to both guys, and I look forward to seeing how the game moves forward from here.